Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Regular Size Man podcast. Before we start the show, we just want to let you know that we uploaded our first episode of Newsflash on both Instagram TV, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you want to go check that out, please go do so at the Regular Size Man podcast or TRSM podcast. Anyway guys, enjoy the show. So we're about to start recording this podcast, and as I've gone to leave my room to grab Jacob something, I've noticed a giant spider in my room. We've named him Bruce. He now owns the place, and if we just stop talking midway through this podcast, we have lost sight of the spider, and I've run from the room.
We'll definitely update with like spider checks, I reckon. Just a couple of spider checks
Into the Spider-Verse.
And it's just us running from this one spider around the one room.
Can you see it in the video?
I don't think you can.
No, you can't.
Oh wait, if I move, no, you can't.
No, okay. Well, yes. If
it's
you're
there.
watching,
It's there.
yes. So this is a segue into our announcement. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice we have video now, and if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or SoundCloud,
we do have video.
We have video now on YouTube. So if you want to go see our pretty faces for whatever time we're talking, go do that. Otherwise,
I recommend it.
Yeah, just do both.
We're a good looking couple.
Oh, couple.
I think we're alright.
That's a bit saucy. All right, lovely. Yeah. Well, let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so welcome back to the Regular Size Man podcast. My name is Sam, and I'm joined, as always, by my beautiful co-host, Jacob. How are we doing this week?
I'm doing lovely. How are you doing, Sam?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. I just came back from the gym, so I'm looking a bit...
swole. Look a little bit swole. The Gymshark gear's looking really nice on you.
I wear Gymshark just to let people know that I do go to the gym.
It's working.
Thank you, my friend. I did a nice leg day with my dad. He hurt his back.
That's what you want?
Yeah. So on the second exercise, I've given him, just simple exercise to do. He's gone down, back is hurting, so not ideal, but...
Real start.
His leg day is not his day. So it's okay. Other than this week, I've just been working a lot. I haven't really been doing much. I haven't watched anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish Umbrella Academy still. I'm trying to finish The Office. Started How I Met Your Mother again with Kayla because...
Likewise.
Yeah, we were watching it before I got taken off Netflix, and we got through to season 5 and then they just took it off. So we haven't been able to watch it in months, but we're back now, and that's all right.
Did you pick up from season 5?
Yeah, started season 5.
Yeah.
Great show. I just remembered how much I missed it.
I missed it heaps. There was something that I was watching do you remember the Love Doctor in the first season?
Yeah.
There's a scene, and Barney's so funny, man. I'm not going to describe the scene, but it's so funny. It's so good.
It just makes it better. Even in season 5 with Robin and how they're full on making out and stuff. And it reminds you that Neil Patrick Harris is gay, and his acting ability is just phenomenal.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great. And I also hear that you saw Charlie's Angels this week.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. I really wish I didn't.
You want to talk about it quickly?
Yeah, Anna and I missed the 9:30 session of Knives Out, which we were extremely sad about because I really want to see that.
Yeah, I really want to see that too. I also want to see 21 Bridges and The Irishman.
There's quite a few I want to watch. So we ended up going to see Charlie's Angels, which just don't watch it.
No? Why?
Just don't.
Why?
It's so terrible. It's the ending is so abrupt. You see the whole plot twist coming. The whole plot is so predictable. The acting's Kristen Stewart's really weird in this, extremely weird. She's meant to play this laid back kind of spy, and it just is weird, and it doesn't mesh, I don't think, very well at all. It's just not a good movie, at all.
That's a bit disappointing.
Yeah. I don't know what I thought it would be. I've said I knew it would be that, but it's just really bad, man.
I mean, one of those... the difference is... all 37 Spider-Man movies that Elizabeth Banks was talking about, they're good. That's why nobody's seeing a movie. Okay, that was a bit harsh. I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
Look. Okay, they're not all good, but they're better.
Let me have the roast.
They're better.
Yeah, look. I mean, apparently so. I'm not saying this because you've told me it's shit.
Yeah, don't bother. It was genuinely a waste of money.
Yeah, no. Knives Out, Frozen 2, and 21 Bridges, they can all have my money, but I never have time to go to the movies.
My mate saw Frozen 2. Actually,
what did
she said? It's really good.
Yeah,
she said it's better than the first.
That's what everyone's been saying. Yeah. I really want to go see it for that reason. But
I want to go. I don't know if I'll go. I might just wait.
Let it go.
I might have to let it go.
You're gonna let it go?
I'm gonna have to let it go.
All right. Well, let's let it go of this conversation and get into the box office update for the week. So, Rise of Skywalker is going to be coming out in just under 3 weeks. We're excited. We've got the tickets. Very keen indeed. And we're just letting you know that it's projected to earn between 175 and 200 million domestically in opening weekend. And would we expect less? I'm not expecting less.
Probably not.
No.
That's a big number though for domestic though.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
I mean, what did Endgame do domestically?
I could not. Oh, I feel like 3 something. No, wait, maybe not domestic.
We're Googling this.
I don't know.
Opening weekend. Let's have a look.
It was definitely a lot of money, obviously.
Wow. Okay. I'm trying to work it out.
Let's just we'll go with the good old box office mojo.
350.
Oh yeah.
57 million opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, was that worldwide?
Oh, maybe actually. No, I don't know. Domestic weekend. Here we go. The first weekend. No, yep, 300.
Oh wow. Yeah. All right.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Made $12,000 in September. That's crazy. It was still in the cinemas in September.
Yeah, did they went for that record and they didn't stop. Look, that's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good.
I mean,
I don't think Star Wars will get anywhere near that. I mean, it's obviously projected to get like 175 to 200, but that's still massive, man, for any franchise.
Well, my question to you: where do you think this movie is going to rank all time in terms of gross, or like on the all time charts? Where do you think it's going to rank?
Well, that is a very good question. Let's just take a quick look. Okay. Do you have anything there? No. Okay. All right. Let's just. I don't know. I think it'll beat. I think it'll beat quite a few. I think it'll probably make top 20.
Top 20. So here's a list of movies.
Oh, it'll easily crack top 20.
Top 20.
It'll crack top 15.
Number 15 is currently Frozen with 1.2 billion. So you think I think it'll beat that. I think personally.
Sorry, you go.
I think it's going to crack the top 10. I think it'll beat Furious 7.
Yep.
I reckon it'll get at least 1.5 billion.
Okay, well, so episode 7 made 2.06, which is quite a lot.
That's a lot.
This one's directed by J.J. Abrams again. It'll do better than The Last Jedi because The Last Jedi got a lot of flack for not being great, and that made 1.3, and that's at number 13.
Yeah.
So I think it'll probably sit in between. I think it'll probably make about the Avengers level, so about I think it'll make in between 1.5 and 2 billion.
Bold call. I think it's going to get more than episode 7.
That is a big call.
It's a very big call. I reckon.
Look at the gap between 6 and 5. By the way.
Wow, that's about
400. It's like 350 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's got potential to. Yeah, I don't know if it will, but I think it's got potential to.
I think it will.
Yeah.
It's the last Star Wars. It's kind of like Endgame in terms it's like the last of the series, like of the big thing. So I think I think it'll be bigger. I think it's going to be ranked 4th all-time grossing.
That's a big call, man.
It's holiday season too.
It is holiday season.
Everyone's off from work.
It's the time of giving and spending. So, look,
it's a bold call. I know it's a bold call, but
if I go twice, it'll make big money. That's usually a good indicator. I saw Endgame twice. I saw the day after. I saw the first time.
Jesus.
Saw Endgame twice.
Didn't you go to the re-release?
Oh, I saw it 3 times. Shit, yeah, I went to the re-release. Yeah.
I went twice. I went to the first day and then I went to the re-release. I saw Joker twice too. And
I only saw Joker once.
Well, where is Joker sitting?
Joker's got like 1 point something, doesn't it?
There it is, number 35. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I think top 5.
I think it's got top 5 potential. I don't know if it will. We'll check back in a couple of weeks and we'll give everybody an update. But I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah. It'll be a tight call.
All right, cool. And trailers. So a few trailers have dropped over the week. So firstly, I will talk about this one first.
Yeah.
A teaser trailer for the new 007 No Time to Die came out. And the teaser trailer says that there's a new trailer coming this week. So the full trailer for Daniel Craig's new 007 film, No Time to Die, will be dropping on Thursday if you're an Aussie. So get excited for that one. But also, there's been heavy rumours. This is before the rumour mill. That Birds of Prey, Black Widow, and Wonder Woman 84 are all going to have trailers dropping this week or next week.
Gets me very excited, hey, doesn't it?
Yeah, very, very excited. Yeah. 3 superhero movies.
All female-led, too.
Yes.
It's a big week.
Big week for them.
Which one do you think will get the most views, by the way?
Wonder Woman 84. Everybody loves Wonder Woman.
I think Birds of Prey will finish 3rd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think probably Wonder Woman 84.
Just because it's the second one, everybody already saw the first one, was like, hell yeah.
And the first one is good.
It's very good.
It could be Black Widow though. I could see Black Widow beating it.
I mean, Marvel do have a lot of like, but I think that like Marvel's got a lot of fans, but DC just have a lot of diehard fans. So
yeah, but I think because they're angry more than anything else.
They're what?
They're angry more than anything else.
They're
angry fans. They're angry fans. They are not happy fans.
Partly yes, but look, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I really am. All right, and also A Quiet Place 2, the John Krasinski, Jim from The Office directed film. I will also be getting a trailer. I haven't seen A Quiet Place.
It's an extremely good movie. You don't like horror though, do you?
I do, but like nobody wants to watch horror movies.
You need to watch this movie. Okay. It's insane. It's one of my favorite horror movies ever. It's very good. Very good.
All right, there you go. Well, I've been told. I'm going to go watch it. All right, shall we move on to my favorite segment of the week?
Of course.
Hell yeah. Rumour mill time, baby. So, with the rumour last week that Dr. Fate will be the villain of the Black Adam movie, a few fan castings have been floating around the internet. So, would you prefer to see Michael Fassbender from the X-Men movies or Daniel Craig, aka Mr. 007 himself, as the Doctor? What did you say? As the Doctor, the helmet?
I think I was supposed to say as a Doctor with the helmet.
Yeah,
but I wrote as the Doctor, the helmet, and I think that's fine.
You know what? I'll leave you to it. You can answer this question now.
I sound like an idiot now.
You do a little bit.
I'm gonna look. It's a very tight call for me. I'm not gonna be mad either way. And Sam's got some lovely pictures of both Michael Fassbender and Daniel Craig. Michael Fassbender
he's young. He looks younger.
He's a bit younger. I think it could work either way. But I think at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna go with Daniel Craig.
I like Daniel Craig as an actor, and after his departure from 007 after this movie, I feel like he's just got the suaveness to be a villain.
It's a good streamline as well.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, Dr. Fate, he just seems very crafty and very like witty. Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
he's very suave himself.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not gonna be mad either way.
Yeah,
at all. If it had to be one of them, I'm not gonna be mad either way. But I think probably Daniel Craig could be the better option.
I think that either way, you got a bit of a good option there.
Of course.
Fantastic. So,
okay, number 2 for the week. I think I jumped the gun a bit early.
No, you didn't. Okay, I like the excitement.
All right, so the Green Lantern movie is still apparently kind of in the works at Warner Brothers. Jeff Johns is set to write the script still. Sam, do you want to see the movie or like should it be dumped?
I mean, if they're gonna do. I don't know if I care, to be honest with you, because it's just kind of like the Uncharted movie for me. It's just kind of there. Don't really know what's happening. And because I don't know what's happening, because it's been so long with nothing, is it going to be good when it comes out? Like, or is it just going to like dig a hole for Green Lantern as a character? Like,
yeah,
you know what
I mean, they got that TV show coming. So I don't know why they're going to go with the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Just pick one. Movie or TV show, pick one.
And I don't think a movie is the way to go.
You don't think so?
No, because I think that what they're going to do, they're going to do Green Lantern Corps. So it's going to like be, it's not just one Green Lantern, it's going to be like all of them. And that's not bad necessarily. It's just, I don't think it's worth putting that much money into because I don't think anyone's that excited for it. You may as well just invest it or like your time, I suppose, more than anything else into the TV show.
Well, even like a Cyborg movie that everyone's been waiting on.
Yeah, like, who knows if that's happening?
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, you know, invest in that because that's what. That's something that people actually want to watch.
Yeah, I don't really hear a lot of people clamoring for a Green Lantern movie.
I'm not too sure, but you know, we'll see how we go.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So slightly contrasting to the run what did I write? Fed. Okay, this is what Jacob wrote.
Oh, okay. No.
Let me read it. Let me read it.
Okay.
Slightly contrasting to the run or we were fed last week.
Okay, let me clarify. It's slightly contrasting to the rumor we were fed last week. I was very tired writing this. Okay, did you
have a coffee before you started this episode?
Not right before I started.
Okay. So anyway, as we were talking about last week,
the
rumored main villain for the Wonder Village
Mate, come on. Okay, I didn't spell that wrong. That was you.
Okay.
I didn't spell that wrong.
Main villain for the WandaVision series has been cast, Nightmare. So, Nightmare will be pitted against both Vision and Wanda, and also making an appearance in the Doctor Strange sequel, The Multiverse of Madness, which are already being confirmed to be tied in together.
Yep.
So, what are your thoughts on Nightmare as the antagonist of the series?
I think he'll be good. I think it's probably a good idea because like it's going to be weird, both the Doctor Strange sequel and the WandaVision series, and Nightmare's kind of like that. I think he fits perfectly in the fact that like it's going to be whack, it's going to be kind of scary in a way, probably the best way to do this, to be honest.
All right, so Nightmare, he has just a bit of info about him. He's just basically ruler of the dream dimension, and he's one of the Fear Lords. And he also has the ability to draw power from psychic energies of subconscious minds of dreaming beings.
I do hate those Fear Lords. Don't like the Fear Lords.
The Fear Lords, just to go a bit further, consisted of 7 demons that conspired to conquer and rule Earth through fear.
Yeah, okay. That's fun.
Yeah. Anyway, long and short of that seems very Doctor Strangey.
Yeah.
So,
big time.
you know, I like the idea, but
I don't mind it.
I don't know, like, I like the idea with Doctor Strange, but them to tie it in with WandaVision 2, I don't, like, sure, but, like, this more...
What's your trepidation?
I don't know, like, why? Like, I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, I
mean...
mean...
Are you scared about how they're going to do it, or are you, like, more like, why bother?
There's a lot of room to fuck it up.
Just spider check, sorry. It's still there.
Oh, thank God. Dude, you scared me.
No, I was like, it's been a while, sorry.
No, I think I think that's fine if they do it right, which I'm sure they will. I trust Marvel with anything movie wise, but it's a lot to tie in because it kind of leads because that means that 2 of their Disney Plus shows are going to be relying on the multiverse because Loki's obviously in an alternate timeline.
But at the same time, it's the multiverse.
Yeah,
because you can literally do anything you want. Like Nightmare could be in Doctor Strange for 2 seconds. It could not even be there at all. Maybe just the dream. What is it? The dream world.
Yeah.
Maybe just that's in it.
The dream dimension.
Dream dimension. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just in it. You know what I mean?
As long as they don't do it as like they're forcing the multiverse to push the narrative. You know what I mean? And then it just gets too out of control, and then they do like a Loki, and they bring back fucking. I'm just like giving a theory. Yeah, they're not going to do it, but like they bring back Chris Evans as Captain America from an alternate dimension.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean? Like, they just keep doing shit like that. I don't want that. You know.
Right, well, if I just let me just think for a second. All right.
You put it out.
I'm putting it out there. Look, like at the end of the day, Marvel Studios is still a movie department. Mm-hmm. Like they're making movies. It's not just for people. It's just not just for the fans they've accumulated over the years. It is now for the casual viewer as well. Yes. So while, don't get me wrong, you probably want to be a fan and need to know the other movies and such that come before it, I think they'll still be thinking at the end of the day, we need to make sure that a normal person can understand this when they bring in the multiverse. So I don't have any nervous feelings or doubts towards how they're going to do it and if it's going to be too much. Because I think they'll have the right amount.
You know, you're not wrong. I think that Marvel is good at doing the thing where they're like, they add in enough that any viewer can just pick it up for the first time, watch it, and like understand. But they also add in those subtle details and like sentences that like big fans will understand, and kind of makes it more enjoyable for us, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. It's still its own story whilst being part of something bigger.
Yes, fantastic. All right, is that rumor over?
I think it is.
All right, fantastic. So, transitioning to more Marvel. So, a big rumor. It is a rumor, but we wanted to dive into this a little more. We probably could have put the WandaVision thing there too.
We probably, yeah.
But that's all right. So, basically, as a big rumor that's been floating around the internet is that Doctor Doom will be the main villain of the Black Panther sequel. So with the Doctor beginning to expand his empire, in quotation marks, conquering parts of Africa and ultimately coming into conflict with the nation of Wakanda and the Black Panther. Now, what do you think of this? Because I really like it.
I think I really like it too. A while ago, let's have a quick check.
I remember we talked about Namor
being the villain. How long ago was that?
That wasn't Namor. Namor was Superman.
No, it was Namor. Week 11.
Week 11.
Have a look, mate. Have a look. I'm telling you.
All right.
So
okay.
I'm telling
who are we thinking of? No, Magog. That's who I was thinking of.
Yes.
That's from DC.
Yes.
My apologies. So basically, going back to week 11. So
yes, while ago.
What are we week 28 now?
7, 8, 7.
Yeah.
8.
No.
28. Wow. That was 4 months ago.
So 4 months ago, we talked about the rumor that Namor, the submariner, will be the villain of Black Panther 2. We did post about it, and it was going to be played by Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians. He was going to play that.
Or at least that was the rumor.
That was the rumor that was going around, and we were all for that. But now another rumor has come around that Doctor Doom is going to be playing in this one.
Yeah.
And we've also talked about Doctor Doom being the next big bad for the MCU.
Yeah, we have.
So this eliminates him from being the big bad and just putting him into a single movie.
Well, it doesn't eliminate.
But
it could also usher, because think about it. So we've got Black Panther 2 coming out, roughly 2022, 23?
Yeah.
That'll be around the time they introduce the next big bad for the next phase.
This is true.
So if this is the last film in that bunch with Captain Marvel 2 and Ant-Man 3 and Spider-Man 3, you know what I mean? If it's the last film out of that big bunch, this could be, that could be the next step for the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, I mean, it also gives the possibility of chucking Silver Surfer in there, because Silver Surfer does have a conflict with Doctor Doom, as we know from the comics, where Doctor Doom steals his surfboard.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yeah.
So what he could do, just give you the whole plot here, Silver Surfer goes to steal Wakanda on behalf of Doctor Doom. They fight, blah, blah, blah. Silver Surfer fails, returns to Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom takes his surfboard, kills him, exiles him. He's done. Doctor Doom becomes the big bad. That's a possible plot I'm calling right now. Like, I'm just throwing out ideas. But it also gives the opportunity to throw Silver Surfer and have the conflict between him and Doctor Doom be there.
Yeah.
And they could also show it in an after credit scene or something.
Yeah.
So that's, that's a possibility too.
Yeah, well, my guess is, obviously, if you don't know, Doctor Doom's origin he's kind of linked with Reed Richards, who is the leader of Fantastic Four. He's Mr. Fantastic. So, they kind of grow up a little bit together in college or in high school or whatever. They're both really intelligent. It's just that Reed Richards kind of gets a bit more popularity. And then Doctor Doom kind of has an injury. That's why he gets all the metal on his face and the suit of armor. So, it's also a good way to introduce the Fantastic Four, which has been heavily rumored and heavily speculated to happen.
And you really want that. You talk about it a lot.
It's something that I'm never going to stop talking about Fantastic Four being introduced. I really want it to happen. But, I think it's definitely the next natural step. Also, if you don't know, Doctor Doom becomes the leader of his country, Latvia.
Yeah. Do you want to give the backstory quickly?
Yeah,
from
go
what
for
I remember.
Yeah.
So basically, it wasn't Latvia, it was Lavertia or something.
It's something
it's
like
some
that,
weird country that are made up, like Sokovia. Is that a real country?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I've not even embarrassed myself.
Sorry to all the Sokovians.
Anyway, yes, apologies. Zemo, I'm sorry. Deeply sorry. Anyway, so long story short, he has the accident with Reed. Yeah, Reed. With Reed. And, some people help him make the suit. He goes back to his home country and overthrows the leader and takes over the country. And then basically, in a fit of rage, he wants to take over the whole world like he took over his own country. That's the long and short of it.
The natural next step.
Of course. It's the prophecy. So he's basically like Iron Man. He's got a suit and he can do all the powers with it, like shoot things and whatnot. He's like similar powers to Iron Man, just evil. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about him. Yeah. All we really know about him too.
It's all we really know,
So it'd be a cool little battle. I think him against Black Panther would be cool too. I think it's a fitting storyline, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It makes sense because Wakanda's just been exposed to the world in Civil War.
T'Challa's officially the king now.
Yeah.
It's king versus king of countries, and as it said here in the description, so he's beginning to expand his empire, conquering parts of Africa, coming into contact with now the most technologically advanced nation in the world. It's a good for someone with such an advanced suit that kind of enhances him as a person. It's a good it'll be a good dynamic. Yeah, him kind of bumping into them and then however the fight ensues. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's probably the strongest villain we could have had. I think it's stronger than Namor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And also, just two things on this. One, would you want to see Silver Surfer on behalf of Doctor Doom? I'll answer that one first.
Not at all.
No? And two, if not Black Panther, who would you like to see Doctor Doom go up in a solo movie? If he's going to be the big bad in a solo movie.
Fantastic Four.
Who, an existing confirmed...
Okay, an existing?
Yes.
I would have said Iron Man, obviously. Actually, no, I wouldn't have, because you've already had Obadiah Stane's version of that. So I'd probably go with, off the top of my head, that you can do it the Ant-Man team.
That'd be cool.
I think the Ant-Man team, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think that could be okay. I would prefer to see, going back to the first question, I'd prefer to see Silver Surfer come in with Galactus somehow. Don't know how you do it. I'm not going to speculate that. But
yeah, because Galactus, again, has been rumoured, and it just keeps having rumours come out, but nothing's really been like...
No, well, actually, I don't know if you saw this. We didn't include this in the notes, but Kevin Feige is actually going to be speaking next week at some Comic-Con somewhere.
Oh, we're going to cover that one.
And it's been confirmed that he's going to be talking about the future of the Marvel Universe.
Oh,
so,
yes.
I don't know to what extent. I would assume there's going to be a little bit more information added. Probably those release dates for 2022, 23. Yes.
Check out the newest episode of Newsflash coming out this week where we discuss this topic. Sorry. I'm going to plug. So, yeah, we should have talked about this at the start of the podcast.
We should have. Yeah, we should have.
Well,
hold on. Are we done with this one?
Yeah, I got nothing else to add. Well, you know what? We'll record it at the end, and I'll throw it in at the start.
I like it.
Thank you. All right, great. All right, do you want to move on?
Yeah, I'm happy to move on.
So, Matt Reeves The Batman.
Yes.
We got more news on this.
Really? I'm surprised because so much news has already come out already.
So, it has been reported this week that if Matt Reeves' The Batman film is successful enough, Warner Brothers would look into giving the Penguin, Catwoman, and the Riddler their own spin-off films similar to the Joker. I'm somewhat for this, somewhat against this.
Please explain.
So, I'm for this because, I like superhero movies or supervillain. I like comic book movies, let's just put it that way. However, I don't know enough about Penguin, Catwoman, and the Riddler to care enough about them, to be honest with you. Joker's a character that's been explored and done many times in the past, and everybody knows him. He was made the popularity came back with Heath Ledger, arguably. It really exploded his popularity in terms of other villains because of how well Heath Ledger played it. Mm-hmm. And then Joaquin Phoenix just smashed it as well and kind of solidified the Joker as the best villain there is possible to put on a movie stage.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good start. But the Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler, I think that they're deserving of their own movies, but I think that they need to be in a different movie first to establish them and for people to really understand them in a modern day setting. Because can I bring Superman into this?
You can definitely bring Superman into this.
DC are having trouble with Superman at the moment. With the report that came out yesterday, I'm only bringing this, I have a reason for bringing this in, where they don't know what to do with Superman to make him relatable to modern day audiences. That's literally the reason they haven't done anything with Superman as of late. The reason they met with Michael B. Jordan, because they have no clue what they're doing. With these films, there hasn't been a modern day iteration of these characters. And to me, it's I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this. There hasn't been a modern day iteration of any of these characters. So, if you're not a fan of any of the DC things and you see any of these movies that are going to come out, are you going to care enough to see it? Because Joker was already an established character with an established, popularity and likability.
A brand.
He had a brand. Joker had his own brand. He had 100, he's got 1 million Instagram followers. Whereas these three don't even have a combined one.
He's got a merch shop. He's got everything. Swipe up and all that shit on Instagram, socials. Okay, here's where I disagree with you for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's been somewhat of a modern take in Gotham.
Yeah.
So you're forgetting Gotham. And granted, it is the TV universe. I only watched season 1. It's not a great show. It's not bad. It's just not a great show. Not a heap of people watched it.
Yeah. I have not watched it.
But I think it still gave you enough of a... It gave you enough of a, I don't know, kind of a background and a bit of caring a little bit about the characters, about those 3 characters specifically in that series. And I thought it was okay. So some people are familiar with that. And my next question is, do you not think that after this Batman film with those 3 characters in it, you don't think that'll be enough to propel a solo film for possibly one of them or all of them?
Well, it depends on who the main villain is. Because if the Riddler's the main villain, I would say yes. Yeah. But if the only Penguin and Catwoman are going to be in for a few scenes, is it really worth it?
It's 100% they're not going to be just for a few scenes.
Yeah.
Because you think you've got you've those 3 specifically are such big characters. There's no way they don't put them in for such a few scenes. And number 2, you've got Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman, and who's playing Penguin?
I think Catwoman should be. It's more Penguin for me.
Do you know what I mean? That they're such big characters and such not big actors, but well-known actors enough. There's no way they're going to be in a little bit of it.
That's true. I mean, you're not wrong.
I think it's an awesome idea.
I'm not against the idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking from a business point of view.
Yes.
Because my only thing, DC have this tendency to hop on a bandwagon. Joker's done well, so now they're ooh, let's create these movies.
I completely agree with you. Yep.
So the only thing is, if they do the movies and they don't do 500 million or $1 billion, and they're well, we're never doing that again. Whereas I think if they, let's just say Batman does well, they do the trilogy. They do the trilogy, really broaden these characters out, and then make those movies. might be a better idea financially for them, and also you don't have to cover as much backstory as you like would have needed to.
Okay. Here's where I disagree on that. Okay, all three of those movies can be low budget. Joker was only 60 million. All these can be easily 60 million because they don't need, because they're all basic villains. Like they're nothing powers wise extraordinary. They can all be cheap budget. So even if they only make 300 million, you've made 250 million.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
That's still, it's not amazing, but it's still good. And I think they'll make more than 300 million. So there's that. Number two, I think once you do a trilogy, even if you have these characters appear in 2 out of the 3 movies, doesn't have to be the same one, but 2 out of the 3. I think that's too much. I think after the trilogy's done, I don't think you're gonna want to see more Penguin or Catwoman or Riddler. Maybe Catwoman, but I don't think you're gonna want to see more of them. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd be all for a Riddler movie. Like, I just want to say that. Like, I'd be all for these movies, but again, I'm playing devil's advocate, trying to like go from DC's perspective. Because if you got the director from Now You See Me, chucked him in a Riddler film, I think you got a good film there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I think that I think you're right, 100%. I think out of these 3, I think the Catwoman movie would be the most interesting and the best one. Yeah. Because I personally think that the Riddler is going to be the bigger focus in the Matt Reeves' Batman. Yeah. Because there's been heaps of rumors about how it's not rumors. I think they've said it themselves, Pattinson and Reeves. I think they both said that it's going to be a detective-based movie. They're going to show why Batman got the title of the greatest detective in the world. So I think the Riddler is going to be the main protagonist, with the Penguin and Catwoman playing roles, however big, however small. So, like, I wouldn't want to see a Riddler spin-off after that. Maybe, like, I wouldn't mind seeing him appear in other things, but I don't want to see a Riddler solo. That's where I probably want to see Catwoman.
No. Here's a oddball question for you.
Yes.
Since you want to keep these low budgets, what if they did, like, I don't know how, you know how, like, in The Flash, like the first season of The Flash. Okay. Yeah, the show. Every episode is like a new villain comes in and he has to save it. What if they did a show? Like, I don't know if I like the idea, I'm just saying it. They did a show with the villains and every episode was like the villain doing, I don't know what the fuck they do, but like one episode...
You don't have much of a show.
No, I don't have much of a show. Like one episode's about the Penguin, one's about Catwoman, one's about the Riddler, or maybe a couple episodes, and it just goes through their perspective of them doing something. I don't know how you do it, or how you bring them together. Like more, you know, if they're like together in the Batman, like how they came together and what they did before the Batman. Something like that instead of a movie.
I'd be down with that. I could do, like, I would definitely like to see maybe 2 episode 1 hour each. Focus on Catwoman, same thing with Penguin, same thing with Riddler, and all that kind of thing. I reckon I'd be down for that.
And then a few episodes where they're all together and what they were doing before the Batman came into the picture. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
Like that would be like that could work.
But then I feel like that might be something you do after a trilogy or after the second.
Yeah, that's
Batman.
what I mean. Like you do that after.
Yeah, I could definitely get on board with that.
We're good, aren't we?
We are. We
it's
really
just
are. Okay, but would you prefer that over a solo movie from any one of them? Doesn't have to be
any one of them.
Yep.
So this is where it's hard because I don't know I don't know a lot about Penguin. I'll be honest with you. Penguin, like Catwoman and Riddler. Yeah. Probably if they could make good movies out of it, I'd be down. Especially the Riddler movie. I'm really intrigued by that. But you know, also the idea of the TV show, because I'd like to see them together, like you know them fighting, like showing pre-Batman. I like that idea too. Yeah. So like,
well, I think Catwoman's a no-brainer because I think the Riddler wouldn't be too dissimilar from the Joker. Because at the end of the day, they're both just bumbling idiots that, like, I mean, they like to crack jokes. The Riddlers are just obviously more advanced and are riddles. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're different characters, but
I know the same premise.
There's some, in a way, they're a bit of a variation of each other.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, like, I don't think the Riddler movie would be that. I don't think it'd be that much better. No, not that much better. I don't think it'd be that
different.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that different from the Joker.
Yeah,
especially when you've already got the Joker. So
yeah.
I mean, I think he'd be a great main villain in the Batman movie, which is, I just said I really want to say that. But I think Catwoman's the way to go.
No, I think Riddler for a detective movie just makes sense.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, look, I think they're all going to play really well off each other and in the all the roles they have, because we got to remember as well, they also have Carmen Falcone that we talked about last week in Newsflash. Go check that out.
Good plug.
In the movie too. So who knows how it's gonna go? Like we've just heard a whole heap of news about this movie, so I'm really excited to see the end result, even though it's 2 years away.
We can only be hopeful.
Well, yeah, it's prayer time.
All right, we'd like to take a moment to
just pray that this new Batman movie will be good.
Pray to DC. Don't fuck this up. You did well with Joker. You're on a high. Just recast Henry Cavill. Give him another movie.
Recast.
Or like bring him back.
Re-up his contract. Bring
What's
him in. 2 years.
What's the thing where they take back their role?
Reprise.
Yes. Reprise his role.
It's something.
Reprise, yeah. Reprise Henry Cavill's role. Make a good Batman movie. Release the Snyder Cut, and everyone will be happy.
That's all we want. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It really isn't that hard.
No, I think it's good.
I think we could do it.
We should.
Big call. I think we could do it.
Oh, look, we do like to gas ourselves up, and I'm not complaining about it.
We 100% do.
We really love ourselves.
We talk ourselves a big game a lot of the time. Yeah.
And then one day, it's actually going to happen, and then we're going to be like, yeah, look.
It's us.
Look, I'm going to be late. First day. I'm not going to make it. Sorry, boys. A bit sick.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, Jesus. But no, it's really interesting because DC, I like the fact that DC are taking thinking about taking a different approach. You know, they're really sticking to like their dark thing. Like, you know, they're like, you know, a lot of their characters are very dark. You know what I mean? Batman, Superman, they're not really uppity characters, you know?
Yeah. But that's also why they got criticism too.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I like it.
Too. But like, I'm glad that they're like sticking to that and not trying to be funny like all the time. Just, you know what I mean? Like, there are movies that don't need to be funny. DC movies are one of them.
DC didn't have to make it like Marvel.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with what they've done. They've been bad movies, but it hasn't been because they've been darker.
Yeah.
It's been because there's been a heap. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get into it. But there's like what they didn't fail because they were dark movies. They failed for a heap of other reasons.
Yeah. But like Shazam, for instance, like what they've like, I don't want like them to take existing characters and then try to make them different. Yeah. Like when Shazam was introduced, he was introduced as a funny character. So, you know, my association with Shazam, he's a funny guy.
He's a child.
Yeah. Whereas like Superman is a badass. He's a god.
Yeah.
Batman just talks in a deep voice. He's Iron Man with a deep voice.
Yeah. pretty much.
So like,
and a bat fetish.
We'll say
just
that.
saying. Just saying.
So like, you know, I like their ideas. They've got potential. I think they can give it. And you know what? I do have faith that they can do this and they can pull it off. How they do it though, that's the $1 million question.
Yeah, they don't need to rush it. Just take their time, because that's what that was half their problem in the beginning. Is they felt like they needed to catch up to Marvel, and they didn't need to do that. They could have easily established their universe a bit more, taken a bit more time in each movie, and really made sure it was okay.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I think that is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think they're really taking a step back, especially with the Superman decision. You know, Joker, they're really taking a step back and really thinking about what they're doing, and I like it. I'm all for it.
Likewise, yeah.
Yeah. So is that all you got to say? Anything you would like to say? Well, actually, no. One thing I'd like to add is if they go with the Riddler thing, do you want to see Joker then? Like, just to chuck the Joker back in here, if we got all these villains here, do we need the Joker? Because I honestly, with you, as you were saying before, the Riddler and Joker are similar. So like, if you see the Riddler, I don't know if the Joker's necessary
in the Batman movie.
In this whole Matt Reeves Batman.
Not in the first one.
But even like if they do a trilogy, even the third one.
Yeah.
Why?
I want them to meet. I want them to go head to head. I want that to be the end.
Joker and Riddler.
Yeah. No, Joker and Batman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I want it to ultimately, maybe the Joker's been pulling strings behind, what's the word, behind the curtain the whole time. Maybe that's what he's been doing the whole time, and then maybe number 2 alludes to the fact that's happening, and number 3 is the big fight, is the big battle, and it's the climactic end. That's what I want to see.
Okay. Yeah. Like it's like a game, and the side quests, you're like, what the fuck are these?
Yeah.
And then it all comes together in the third movie, and you're like,
exactly.
Holy.
Exactly.
It all just comes together.
Exactly.
All right. All right. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's all we have.
It is. That's it.
All right. Cool. Well, yes. Thank you for watching another episode of the Regular Sized Man podcast. My name has been Sam. This has been Jacob. Check us out on our social medias at TRSM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah, that's all. And YouTube.
And YouTube.
And SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're watching.
Anything.
Yeah, just thank you guys for all the support. We appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know if you have any feedbacks on the overlays or anything if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much. Have a good week, and we'll see you guys on Friday for Newsflash.
Yeah, see you later.